So we're here to give you our top 10 takeaways from the online teaching conference. I'm going to let Linda and Xavier do most of the talking, but I might chime in as well. So Linda, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Linda Collister. I'm a division chief with Healdsburg Fire Department, and I'm teach for the Santa Rosa Junior College Fire Technology and the Fire Academy.
Thanks. Xavier?
I'm Xavier Nazario, and I love teaching online. I teach in the business department for the junior college, and I teach management and business administration courses.
Thanks. And they were both at the 2018 Online Teaching Conference in Anaheim. I ran into you both, but I think we went to a lot of different sessions, so we should have kind of a broad perspective here. So Xavier, do you want to start it off?
Sure, yeah. I'd love to start it off, and I want to talk about the pre-conference workshop, Great Online Teachers Conference. It's the workshop that I went to, and let me just show you a little bit about what we learned. So for the teacher, the instructor, Michelle, did a really good job demonstrating and modeling how you can use Google Sites for your class when it comes to organizing. So she used Google Sites, and you have tabs up top. It was awesome in the sense that everyone shared their best practices using Zoom. So how she did that is on the during the conference, she had a Zoom session going live, and everyone, when it was their turn to present, they just used the share screen feature to share their screen on their laptop or tablet. It was a great interactive session. We got to really learn from each other.
Thanks. So Linda, number 9.
Yeah, so the pre-conference workshops, number one, they are extra. You have to pay for them, but however, they're amazing and they fill up quick. So if you see something you're interested, like I tried to get into the class that Xavier went to, and it was already full. But I went 2 years in a row to the pre-conference workshops. They helped me with, how to do videotaping, how to do better presentations. So I would say get there, sign up early, and pick the class that you would like.
Okay, Xavier, number 8.
So number 8 for me was the final keynote by Chancellor Oakley. What I liked about his keynote was it was all about the what they're calling the 114th or 115th community college, which will be the online California Community College, and some of the challenges and opportunities with it, and how it will interact and work with online exchange initiative and other community colleges in the system. So he was very straightforward, answered faculty questions, and it was eye-opening and informative at the same time. So I thought it was an excellent way to end the conference knowing that there's this new horizon and these new opportunities in online teaching.
Okay, Linda, number 7.
Yes, for the online keynote speakers, I just want to say that the one Xavier was talking about was very engaging and very passionate on that keynote speaker. But I liked Amy Whiteside, and she talked about social presence matters. And I went back and watched it like 3 times, and how to make the student feel engaged in the class and socially present. And she went through step by step. So if you get a chance to watch that, I would really go back and watch some of these on the OTC website.
Thanks. Yeah, she talks a lot about the relationship between the teacher and the students in an online class, and how you really have to plan for that because it doesn't just happen quite as naturally as it might, right, in a face-to-face class. Okay, let's see, number 6.
So number 6 is Flipgrid, and I have one more share screen for you because I think this is a good one to visualize. It's kind of like Snapchat. You can see here, you can add little emoticons and different things to you in your video or in your picture. And then how I see myself using it, and this is why I think it's a big takeaway, is it's an engagement tool for online. So I've used native Canvas for video discussions, and there's room for improvement there, but this seems to be a system that works pretty well, and it's a back and forth. So while it's not synchronous, it gives students an opportunity to engage with their fellow classmates and the instructor.
I actually incorporated this into my class that I'm going to start in the fall, and I put the question up that I want them to answer, and I gave them a time limit. And what's nice about it is they can do the video over and over until they feel comfortable that that's the video that they want to post up, which is really nice. And additionally, the instructor can look at them first. If there's something they might find that might be a little inappropriate, they can, not post it right away.
Yeah, and I'll add that these accounts for Flipgrid are free for educators. Microsoft just bought it, so you can get a free account. And we are convinced they will make it possible to fix the closed captioning on those so that it will be an accessible tool. It's not quite there yet. There's auto captioning for it now. But so you might want to have a backup activity for students in case you do have a student with a hearing impairment in the class. But yeah, we think it will be a really powerful tool, especially once that's in place. Great.
Liz, there's one more thing I wanted to add about Flipgrid. I think from an equity standpoint, it allows students who have lower internet speeds to record the video, and then it will upload it. It'll take longer for them to upload, but I think there's an advantage there over using native Canvas, because sometimes there's issues uploading videos. So it can take longer, but it still looks like good quality when it's done. And I think that that's a big improvement over recording live and then having pixelation issues once it's uploaded.
Yeah, it is a more cutting edge tool. The built-in Canvas recorder is Flash technology that needs to be replaced. So yes, it's definitely a preferred tool to that. Okay, so number 5, Linda.
Okay, so one of the presentations it was Make Your Students Learn to Sparkle. And I also am going to incorporate this in my class. So we always do a research paper for our class. And, a lot of times the research paper, the students, are researching, they're writing it out, and it just becomes like a chore to them. Well, I was watching this, and it was really neat because it allowed them to take pictures, but at the same time, they had captioning that went with it, information that had to go along with that picture. So they told a story, and it wasn't just like this boring research paper. They had to have all the citations, but at the end, you either had a video or you had like a moving web page that just told a story, which was really nice. And what was really nice about it is the instructors actually uploaded the instructions that they gave to their students. So it wasn't like you were starting from the beginning on how to teach people how to do it. And they told how they scaffolded it during their online class so that the students weren't lost, and they would check in with them. And so at the end, they came out with these amazing presentations. And so it was really nice to see something new, something different.
Yeah, and these are free, easy to use tools as well, right? It creates this really polished product that they could use in a portfolio or something like that. So, right, I love that too. Okay, number 4, Xavier.
Okay, so one of my favorite workshops was using Zoom for a online public speaking class. I think that there are certain courses where we think in our mind that they could never be offered online, and public speaking is one of those popular courses that people believe can't be provided. But they did an excellent job convincing me that Zoom can be used for public speaking. And so what they did is they created synchronous class sessions where everyone had to sign up. It was 2 sections of classes. So you would have a mixed audience when you're doing your presentation, and you would still have to use all of your public speaking etiquette. You'd have to stand against the blank wall with no background. You'd have to stand up and not sit down. You'd have to have the camera positioned a certain way, just like you were in front of the class. You'd have to dress professionally. And one of the advantages over doing this, you can record it and watch it and improve yourself. And you can also do practice sessions. That was one of the assignments that instructors had in this class, is to submit a practice assignment where you are recording yourself, reviewing it, giving yourself feedback, and then submitting it to the instructor for feedback. So I thought it was just a really awesome way to bring the benefits of a real classroom, a face-to-face classroom, to the online environment.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, number 3, Linda.
So one of the big takeaways I had also was networking with other faculty members. So there were 2 retired fire chiefs there, and they gave me great sites because one of the things that I was struggling with was accessibility and videos. And so they gave me, places to find material, information. They helped me out. That was an amazing part of that. And additionally, networking with the vendors there. They have an amazing vendor show there. So all the people and companies that can help you out, sign up for some of the free, tools that you can have. And it was just a great thing to network down there.
Yeah, thanks. I agree. So Xavier, number 2.
Yeah, networking, I can't emphasize that enough, just like Linda said. Networking was huge. All of the presenters were very approachable. You could ask them questions. They provided their contact information. I followed up with a couple of them in reference to the public speaking course. I wanted to explore that for one of our business courses that's historically face-to-face, and they're open to presenting during a business meeting via Zoom. So I think the networking is huge. I met colleagues from the past who now work for Online Exchange Initiative and the Chancellor's Office, and the opportunities are, I think, endless when it comes to learning from others and also the professional connections that you make at this conference.
Thanks. Okay, number 1, Linda.
These are the archives from every year, and it shows all the online teaching that you can go watch these videos in the classes that we went to. Like here's the keynote speaker I was talking about, and they have the classes. Not every single one of them were taped, but a lot of them were taped. Like this is the one I used to learn the Sparkle, and then also down below you can see that they have links to get the documents that the teachers shared. So it's such a great resource, especially if you couldn't make it. Great information right here on this website.
Yeah, I agree. They aren't able to record all the sessions, obviously, so they have to pick and choose, but the keynotes are there, and several that you talked about are here. So I absolutely agree that this is a huge resource. I'm going to start incorporating this more into our website and to our online certificate course, so you'll have a chance to watch these.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for doing this. It's been great for me to hear what you took away, because I wasn't able to go to all the sessions you did. So yeah, we should do this every year.
Yeah, that's great. It's nice to meet everybody too.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Watch more of our videos on YouTube by searching SRJC Distance Education. You can find our playlists, watch videos, like them, share them, subscribe, and add comments. Thanks for watching.